Hey guys, my name is TheElderAcorn, and today I'm going to be showing you another honorable mentions video. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with this series, essentially I take 4 or 5 maps that I really liked that were submitted to me. And by the way, if you haven't submitted a map, you can go ahead and tag your map Acorn, and I will get that, and it could get into this series or even featured. And so these are maps that were submitted to me. They weren't quite good enough for a feature, and usually these maps are from forgers that are less well known, so I can help get those forgers out into the world a little bit more and people can see what they're capable of. I usually do really quick rundowns of the map. I talk about what's good and what's bad. I don't go into it in much detail because I figure you can go ahead and download the map or whatever. Anyways, let's hop into the first map here. So kicking it off, we have Cascade by HissingWings. The map plays 3v3 or 4v4 Slayer. As you can probably tell, it's competitive. When I jumped into Forge, it really sparked my interest. It was very interesting in terms of aesthetics and the general layout, the circle. I mean, I've seen circles before, but it felt different. It's very unique in a lot of ways, just the way he laid out the map. There was some gameplay issues, but I'll talk about that in a second. I really like the cyan theme on the map, and just the aesthetics in general looked really nice and unique, and I really like cyan. It really sets this map apart. Gameplay wise, there's a lot of things I didn't like. The death pit, for one. I hate death pits in general. And then along the outside ring, there's just a lot of lazy cover sticking up, just a bunch of cover pieces screaming, hey, I'm covered, hide behind me. And that's something you want to avoid. Try to add structural cover in the map, makes it feel like it's actually part of the map. And then I didn't like that center building very much either, just because it was a really awkward feeling. It wasn't, there were, you kept falling off, and all the fights there were really close and compact and seemed awkward just a little bit. But the map was really unique and cool, so go ahead and download it. And that's it for this map. Let's go into the next one. So the map we're looking at now is Lunar wins Hive by MJ Rookie. And this will play Hivemind for 10 players, of course. That's the ideal Hivemind amount. And the map was actually really cool. I think he said in the description that it was based off of some Destiny location. Like, I haven't seen the concept art for it, so I'm not sure which one it is, but it's some sort of turbine bay. And it's really dark. He was going for this creepy sort of dark feel, and I think he did a great job with some of the aesthetics. There's some really cool structures on the map that I really enjoyed, but some of the gameplay was just honestly awkward. It's weird to run around the map. It's hard to orient yourself. The holdouts weren't very defined, and some of the holdouts that were defined were really close combat and just not that great. It really encouraged camping. And there's this one spot actually on the map. I think we were camping on top of the turbine, which, by the way, looks great. I love the turbine. I think we were camping on that, and the flood could not get to us, and we held out, and we only had like 3 people there. So I think just the fact that the map is really, really open takes away from what could be a really fun map. And I really enjoyed the setting, I really enjoyed the theme and the major aesthetics on the map, but the gameplay just did not work on this map very well. It's just too open. There's not enough good places to really hold out. Anyways, I still recommend you go ahead and download it and look at it because it does look really, really nice. So with that, let's hop into the third map here. Next on the list, we have Sugar We're Going Down with the Gametype Sugar We're Going Down, swingin'. Love Fall Out Boy. I don't know if anybody else got that reference, but this plays with 12 people, and it's a really, really interesting and exciting map. You start out in this plane, okay, like an airliner, and there's flood behind you, and you get out of your seats, and you're trying to get through, like, what are they called, Jersey barriers, and you're just trying to get out of the plane, and so you have to go through 2 sets of barriers, and it's just really intense because there's flood behind you, so you have to have some of your team calling them out and shooting them behind you, then some team bashing in those barriers. So that first initial bit is really, really intense, and then you basically skydive off of the plane and you land on this really, really well done island. And the island really does look good. It feels like an island. There was some gameplay issues with the island. It was very open, and it was very hard for the flood to get to humans most of the time, especially if they worked together. It was really easy to survive on the island. But I think the island really felt cool, and that entrance just made this map really cool, really exciting, and unique actually. And I definitely recommend you go ahead and download this. If you're looking for just a cool map to play with your friends, I mean, they'll get a kick out of this map. I know they will. It's really, really exciting and intense. And that's all for that. Let's go ahead and hop into the fourth map, last but not least. So here to finish up the video, we have a map from Ghost II95 called Tip of the Edge, and he again uses his own custom game type called the Beast Within. This is Flood, and that will be in the description with the map. And we found that this best fit 10 players, and I want to apologize because I don't have any first-person gameplay of the map, and that's just because I forgot to save the clip where I played it. But I did play it, and I really did enjoy it, and I thought that this is most likely the best skyscraper map that I've ever seen. He really pulled off the theme very well. And even if you look down on the map, you'll see a cityscape down below the map, so it really feels immersive when you're in the map. And I really enjoyed most of it, but I had a couple problems with gameplay, one being the game type actually, because it allows the Flood to sprint. And that's really problematic because they'll fall off the map constantly, and so many Flood were complaining that, why do we have sprint, we're falling off the map. And I'm like, don't use sprint, but people would just keep falling off the map and complaining about it. But apart from that, there was a couple other small things, like it was really difficult for zombies to get to the bottom floor, especially because there's these pallet bridges that humans can break, and so it's very difficult for zombies to get to that bottom floor, and once they do get there, it's very close combat, and you know, there's a lot of humans just camping out and actually holding out for the entire game in that bottom floor. I thought it was really nice, and maybe if it was a little bit easier for those zombies to get to that bottom floor, it would have worked a little bit better. Overall, the map was really cool. We pulled off the theme very well. Maybe a couple months ago I would have featured this, but I've kind of raised my bar as of late. But it's a really great map. Go ahead and download it. All of these maps will be in the description. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed these, and while I have you here, I want to do a little shout out. I want to start doing shout outs in every single video. The shout out I have today is for a channel called The Halo Mole. It's this really cool series they're putting up. It's going to be a really great type of Halo game show, and it's really interesting. I'll put that in the description if you want to go ahead and check them out. Don't forget to like. If you would like to subscribe, that would be great. I will see you all in my next video. The Elder Acorn signing out. Bye, guys.